Picture this. You are just sitting at your desk on a totally normal, quiet Tuesday afternoon. You're sipping coffee, checking your email, maybe just reading the daily news. And then, bam, your computer screen violently flashes this bright, aggressive red. A blaring, literal siren-like alarm erupts out of your speakers, totally shattering the silence of the room. This massive pop-up window aggressively takes over your entire browser. It's warning you that your computer has been locked down because of a severe, critical viral infection. The message right there on the screen tells you your financial data is currently bleeding out to hackers, and you have to call this toll-free support number immediately to stop it. Look, panic sets in. Your heart is pounding. So what do? You call the number. A polite, super professional-sounding voice picks up on the first ring, offering to help guide you through just a few simple steps to secure your machine. You feel this massive wave of relief, right? But within hours, your bank accounts are completely drained. Your credit cards? Maxed out. Your hard-earned life savings are literally just gone. You try to call the number back, but the line is dead. Guys, this is not a scene from some Hollywood hacker thriller. This is a highly organized, ruthless criminal enterprise. And right now, you are sitting directly in their crosshairs.
Let's look at the actual numbers here. According to the FBI's 2023 Internet Crime Report, Americans lost an absolutely astonishing $924 million to fake tech support scams in just one single year. $924 million. That is nearly $1 billion that just vanished into thin air, funneled directly into the pockets of organized criminal syndicates overseas. Now, that staggering figure comes from more than 37,500 formal, documented complaints filed with law enforcement. But here's the truly terrifying reality about this statistic. It only accounts for the tiny fraction of victims who actually realized they were scammed and were brave enough to report it. Countless others just stay silent. They are completely paralyzed by this deep sense of embarrassment and shame over being tricked. Because of that silence, cybersecurity experts estimate the true financial scale of this fraud is likely much, much higher than $1 billion. You are not dealing with a couple of amateur hackers goofing off in a basement. You are the targeted prey of a massive, well-oiled corporate machine that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And if you think this crime is just about scammers sneaking, a hidden $50 charge onto your monthly credit card statement, you really need to understand the true, devastating severity of what is actually happening here. According to some incredibly in-depth research by Kaspersky, the average reported financial loss per victim in these tech support scams is an unbelievable $25,000. Just pause and think about what that number actually means. For most Americans, $25,000 is years and years of diligent saving. It's a retirement fund. It's a down payment on a home. These scammers, they don't settle for small, quick profits. They are modern-day extortionists. Their ultimate goal is to map out exactly how much liquid cash you have spread across your various bank accounts, lock you into a state of sheer panic, and then systematically drain every single penny of your wealth before you even realize what is happening. They literally want to ruin you.
And to get their hands on your money, these criminals will say absolutely anything. I mean it. Once they have you trapped on the phone and your guard is finally down, that polite, helpful tech support mask, it slips off entirely. They will deliberately escalate the situation using extreme psychological threats. They read off these highly optimized, terrifying scripts designed to just completely break your resolve. They'll say things like, your name is linked to money laundering and drug trafficking. Your money is at risk. The Federal Trade Commission actually reports that these fraudsters use severe, panic-inducing threats to manipulate you into total, unquestioning compliance. They want you so utterly terrified of losing your money or going to a federal prison for crimes you didn't even commit that your primal fight-or-flight response just takes over. You completely stop thinking logically. And that is exactly where they want you.
Welcome to the Fraud Files, where we expose real scams and protect Americans like you. Today, we are opening a case file that exposes the dark, twisted anatomy of the tech support scam. Look, what you are about to learn in today's explainer could quite literally save you or someone you love thousands of dollars and months of devastating psychological trauma. The criminals are already watching you. It is time we start watching them. Let's get right into the investigation. So, to truly understand how a random voice on the phone can steal $25,000 from a single person, you have to understand their primary weapon of choice. It's a tactic known in the industry as social engineering. You see, these criminals rarely possess the highly technical skills required to forcefully hack into your computer through a secure firewall. Actually, scratch that. They don't even need to hack your computer. Instead, they hack your human psychology. They are absolute masters at creating a sudden, overwhelming sense of panic, which they immediately follow up with a sense of absolute helplessness. And once you are vulnerable, they seamlessly position themselves as your one and only capable savior. It's an evil magic trick. You aren't being beaten by complex strings of code or some highly sophisticated malware. You are being manipulated by trained masters of human deception who know exactly which emotional buttons to push.
So who exactly are they hunting? You might naturally assume it's only the elderly who fall for this kind of technological deception, right? Well, hard data from Microsoft reveals a very surprising truth. Millennials and Gen Z actually have the highest rate of exposure to these scams. Younger people are constantly online, rapidly clicking through links, and inevitably, they end up encountering the digital bait. However, when it comes to the actual financial devastation, the story completely changes. The Federal Trade Commission reports that it is senior citizens who are disproportionately drained of their wealth. The scammers know that older adults often have much larger accumulated life savings and retirement accounts. Plus, seniors might be just slightly less familiar with how real tech companies operate their customer service channels behind the scenes, making them the ultimate high-value targets for these extortionists.
Now, every single successful tech support scam relies on a precise, heavily tested, four-step modus operandi. It's a playbook. First comes the initial contact. This is the moment they effectively set the trap and reel you in. Second is remote access. This is the critical, devastating moment you literally hand over the keys to your digital life. Third is the fake diagnostic. This is a highly theatrical performance of smoke and mirrors designed to convince you that you are currently under a massive cyber attack. And fourth is the extortion, where the psychological screws are violently tightened until you hand over your cash. Let's break down exactly how you are manipulated at every single stage of this crime.
It all begins with the initial contact. Scammers use a few primary, highly effective methods to get you on the phone. They frequently use malicious search engine ads, or they exploit simple code in your web browser to force a full-screen, unclosable pop-up. You know the ones. This pop-up will scream that your computer is infected, locking your screen and demanding you call a toll-free number. Alternatively, they might just cold call you directly, brazenly claiming to be from Microsoft, Apple, or your local internet provider. But perhaps the most incredibly common tactic right now, the fake renewal email. You will receive a super realistic-looking receipt in your email inbox claiming you have just been charged $400 to auto-renew Geek Squad or Norton Antivirus. Panic that your card was charged for no reason, you immediately call the customer service number on that fake receipt to dispute the charge. And boom, just like that, the trap is set.
Once you dial that number and a polite operator answers, step 2 begins. The voice on the phone will sound entirely professional. They will calmly tell you that in order to fix your severe virus problem or to securely process your $400 refund, they simply need to connect to your computer. They will patiently guide you to a website to download remote access software. Now, these are programs like TeamViewer, AnyDesk, or GoToAssist. Because these are real, completely legal programs used by actual corporate IT departments all over the world, your computer's built-in antivirus will not stop them from running. It thinks it's totally normal. But the very second you read that connection code aloud to the scammer, the crime reaches its fatal turning point. You have just handed a criminal total, unrestricted, and completely invisible control over your personal machine. Now comes step 3, the fake diagnostic. You are sitting in your chair, completely helpless, watching your own mouse cursor move on its own across the screen as the scammer runs their psychological script. First, they'll open the Windows Event Viewer. Now, this is a standard built-in tool that simply logs harmless daily background tasks, but they will point to completely normal yellow and red error logs screaming that your system is critically corrupted by foreign malware. Next, they'll open a black command prompt terminal. They run a basic tree or directory command to make green text rapidly scroll down the screen, making it look exactly like a 90s hacker movie, while they secretly manually type in a terrifying fake message at the bottom saying Trojans found. They will open temporary network files filled with garbled, unreadable text and claim foreign hackers from Russia have encrypted your personal data. It is a brilliant, elaborate stage play of smoke and mirrors designed to absolutely terrify you into compliance.
And what happens when the illusion shatters? What happens if you actually realize it is all a trick, or if you hesitate and refuse to pay during step 4? The scammers instantly pivot from polite technicians to vicious psychological abusers. Take the truly harrowing real-world case of Jacob Dulis, a 48-year-old Canadian citizen. Jacob was targeted by this exact breed of tech support scammers. Step by step, they locked his browser, coerced him into calling the number, and manipulated him into granting remote access to his personal computer. As Jacob sat there, he watched in absolute horror as the scammers began actively manipulating his personal bank accounts, attempting to drain thousands of dollars right before his eyes. But when Jakob realized he was being robbed, he didn't just comply, he fought back. He directly questioned them, and the moment he resisted, that polite tech support facade vanished completely. The scammer on the other end of the line explicitly threatened his life, stating coldly that Anglo people who travel to their country would be cut up in little pieces and thrown in the river. The emotional impact of this extortion is profound. Jakob didn't just face the terrifying prospect of losing his hard-earned savings. His fundamental sense of safety within his own home was totally shattered by criminals who knew his name, knew his address, and had full access to his digital life.
Now, if the standard tech support angle isn't working fast enough to get your money, these syndicates are more than prepared to escalate. It's all part of the script. The fake tech will suddenly gasp in fake horror and tell you that they've found evidence on your hard drive that hackers have linked your bank accounts to serious federal crimes. They will literally claim your IP address is hosting illegal child exploitation materials or funding international cartels. While you are hyperventilating, they immediately transfer your call to an undercover government agent, supposedly some senior investigator from the FBI or the FTC. This new scammer will confidently provide a fake badge number and tell you that your accounts are currently frozen pending a massive federal raid. To protect you from being arrested, they demand you immediately withdraw all your cash and deposit it into a non-existent federal safety locker via Bitcoin ATM. They might even demand you buy physical gold bars to hand off to an undercover courier right in your own driveway. It sounds insane, but in the heat of the moment, people fall for it.
Okay, you need to know how to protect yourself and your family right now. I strongly encourage you to take a moment, grab your phone, and screenshot this list. These are the 6 absolute, undeniable red flags of a tech support scam. Number 1, you receive any unsolicited contact, whether by phone or email, claiming you have a computer issue. Number 2, a security pop-up freezes your screen and demands you call a specific phone number to fix it. Number 3, they demand payment in retail gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. No real company operates this way, period. Number 4, they ask for remote access to your device to process a refund or fix a bug. Number 5, they threaten you with local police arrest or claim your identity is linked to a massive federal crime. And number 6, they seamlessly transfer your call to a supposed government agent who demands immediate financial cooperation. Let me be clear. If you experience any of these 6 things, you are speaking to a criminal. Hang up the phone.
You absolutely must fundamentally learn to separate the corporate truth from the criminal lies. Let's look at how real tech companies operate versus fake tech support. Legitimate, multi-billion-dollar companies like Microsoft, Apple, or Google will never, ever cold call you at home to tell you there is a problem with your personal computer. They simply do not monitor individual laptops in that way. They don't have the resources or the desire to do that. Real error messages built into Windows or Mac OS will never include a toll-free phone number for you to call. Never. And most importantly, a legitimate corporation or a real government agency will never ask you to pay for technical support or federal fines using Target gift cards, Bitcoin ATMs, or by wiring cash overseas. The absolute moment someone on the phone asks for payment in a way that is immediately untraceable, you are dealing with a fraudster. No exceptions.
If you ever find yourself in the middle of this waking nightmare, take another moment to screenshot this defense plan. First, hang up the phone immediately. Do not engage with them, do not try to outsmart them, and definitely do not argue with them. Second, never call numbers on alarming security pop-ups. Instead, simply restart your computer to clear the screen entirely. Third, under absolutely no circumstances do you grant a stranger remote access to your device. But if you already have made that mistake, step 4 is to physically disconnect your computer from the internet right away. Literally, pull the Ethernet cord out of the wall or turn off your Wi-Fi router to instantly sever their remote connection. Step 5, once you are safely disconnected, run a full, deep scan using trusted, pre-installed antivirus software. And step 6, call your bank or credit card company immediately using the number on the back of your physical card to freeze your accounts and report the fraud before the charges clear. To truly understand what we are up against, we have to look at the honest geographical reality of where these relentless attacks are originating. According to a major 2017 cybersecurity study that analyzed thousands of traceable tech scam IP addresses, 85% originated from physical locations in India. We are not dealing with lone wolves here. We are dealing with massive, highly organized corporate call center operations. In sprawling cities with high rates of local unemployment, these criminal syndicates set up legitimate-looking offices. I'm talking complete with HR departments, performance metrics, and training manuals. Many of the young employees hired to man the phones don't even realize they've been recruited to commit international fraud until they are fully trained. But by then, the desperate promise of a lucrative, steady paycheck keeps them sitting at their desks, ruthlessly exploiting Americans every single day. But listen, while the threat is absolutely relentless and the financial losses are catastrophic, the scammers do not always win. Law enforcement agencies and dedicated vigilantes are aggressively fighting back. Back in 2019, 32 individuals were arrested in a massive police raid on an illegal Indian call center that had specifically targeted and defrauded Canadians. In 2020, anonymous vigilante scam baiters successfully infiltrated a major scam call center's internal CCTV system. They literally captured the criminals on camera, which led directly to international police raids and the arrest of the ring operator Amit Chauhan. And in 2021 alone, automated cybersecurity firms like Norton blocked over 12.3 million malicious tech support scam URLs from ever reaching consumers. So yes, justice is occasionally served and these networks are dismantled, but the honest reality check here is that the best, most impenetrable defense will always be your own personal vigilance.
If this terrifying crime has happened to you or someone you love, you must report it. These are the official, secure government links. Go to reportfraud.ftc.gov to file with the Federal Trade Commission and i3.gov for the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your detailed reports are so absolutely critical. They provide the essential data points that help federal law enforcement actually map these shadowy international networks, trace the stolen money, and ultimately shut these illegal call centers down. But above all else, please, do not let a false sense of embarrassment or shame keep you silent. These scammers are highly trained, professional psychological manipulators who successfully steal nearly $1 billion a year from smart, capable people. You are not alone, it is not your fault, and reporting the crime is the very first, most powerful step in fighting back against the ruthless people who targeted you.
So I leave you with this final, urgent question. Who in your life needs to see this case file right now? Is it your aging parents, your grandparents, maybe your colleagues or friends? Share this explainer with them today because arming them with this knowledge could quite literally be the only thing that saves their life savings tomorrow. Subscribe to the Fraud Files for daily scam alerts. Comment below if this happened to you or someone you know. Stay alert, stay safe. The fraudsters are watching. But now, so are we.